When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
AM on Tuesday, March 3rd. You can put this in, okay? You're my co-host. Perfect. Feel free to give me an Ed McMahon or chime in whenever you want. Cool?
Here's Elias.
There you go. But so I'm going to tell you a story, and you stop me when you need to stop me. You need a clarification, let me know, okay? But this is why you're on this morning. You are co-host, Jason. Okay. So I went to Costco. You ever go to Costco, Jason?
Costco is so great. You got to have to, it's all those wonderful things and big sizes, too. Yeah, big mayonnaise.
And the hunt of the items and all that kind of stuff. So I hadn't been in a couple of weeks. I said, okay, I'm going to Costco. Go to Costco, park my car. I walk from my car to the spot where they have the carts, okay?
Yes.
I grab a cart, all right? With my bare hands, I have grabbed the cart. I have touched it already. I take the cart, I proceed to go into the Costco. And therefore, you know how you have to line up to get out of the Costco? Now everyone's lining up because they are stopping everyone, physically stopping everyone. And when I tried to get around the blockade, the woman wouldn't let me. She actually put her foot on the front of my cart and stopped me. She stops the cart, and they've got massive quantities of Lysol wipes. And she takes a Lysol wipe, and I'm like, it's okay, I've already touched the cart. That's what I say to her. And she's like, no, I need to do this. And she wipes the plastic part of the handrail of the cart, okay?
Oh, my.
All right, so, and apparently this is not just at the Costco that I went. This is a policy they are doing everywhere. All of the Costcos are doing this. I immediately say, I've already touched it. It's fine. If there's a guy who just came in off a flight from Iran or Wuhan or Italy or the parts of Italy, and they've touched this cart, I've touched it. It's done. The damage is done. So,
exactly.
Right? I'm right here?
You are. And you're not only right, but you're also showing something that we're seeing in a number of different establishments. And what it comes down to is they're trying to protect people from coronavirus. And that's totally understandable. But what they're doing is they're doing it too late, which basically is what we've seen for the last 2.5 months. Everybody's doing the right thing, just a little bit too late.
Okay, but you say it's the right thing. So what do you mean by too late? Like, too late meaning they should have done this a month ago, or too late meaning I've already touched the cart too late?
In both senses, you've got it correct. In the cart, it's basically they're cleaning the cart after you've already potentially infected yourself.
Yeah.
They developed the testing and started doing the testing way after people started getting infected with this. And more importantly, back in Wuhan, back in January, they knew that they had this potentially bad bug, and they still ended up having this festival with 40,000 families. That probably was the nucleus for the big spread that we've seen.
Oh, Lord.
And it was so they did it on the 18th. They had this big festival, and on the 22nd, it occurred to them that there was human-to-human transmission, so maybe we should shut everything down.
Speaking with Jason Tetro, who is the temporary co-host of the Elias Macko Show, also known as the Germ Guy. Jason, if you had to advise a store who really, truly cares about their clients and wants to keep everyone safe, what would you tell them? Like, what is the proper way to make sure things are as safe as possible inside the store?
Well, first off, I'd ask them, how many of the people do you see going into your store lick your carts? And the likelihood is probably zero. Isn't that right?
Yeah, except for the little kids, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. The little kids will lick. So there is a good reason for using the wipes. However, how many of us touch our faces on a regular basis? And that answer is everybody. In fact, we do it 16 times an hour on average.
Yeah.
So if you've touched that cart, you're probably going to end up touching your face afterwards, especially if you're seeing a lineup going into Costco, because you're going to face palm going, oh, God, I have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that the damage may already be done.
My theory, Jason, is that the reason Costco is doing this, because they absolutely know this makes not a lick of difference in transmission if people have already touched the stuff. And by the way, they don't wipe down the front of the cart. That sometimes when you've placed your cart in the corner and you need to grab it, you don't grab it from the exact same spot every single time. They don't do the whole thing. They're just doing one specific part. The reason, and I posited this at 10 o'clock, I think the reason they're doing it is because they want to reinforce as you walk into the store, we are in crisis mode. You need to stock up on all the basics. Buy now. That's what I think they're doing.
I would want to disagree with you. I would want to say you're completely off base. But then I see people buying tons of toilet paper, and I'm thinking, who needs that? Mm-hmm. Even if coronavirus gives you diarrhea, it's not going to cause that much toilet paper use.
Jason, do you have any, are you traveling? Have you cut any travel? What is a guy like you that's in the know? Have you changed anything?
Not really, no, because whether I'm using, whether it's the flu or a regular common cold or the coronavirus, it's still the same way that it's spread. So I just use the same, protective measures that I've used all along to keep myself from being sick. The hand sanitizer for my hands, or the washing of the hands if I have a sink. I got the scarf, which is going to help to prevent any kind of those droplets from getting into me when people are coughing or sneezing. Yep. And, I mean, it works like a charm.
Jason, just in the last hour of the show, I gave a homemade recipe for hand sanitizer, which is 99% rubbing alcohol plus aloe vera gel. If you go to a store and it's sold out, but I got a text who said, "Hey, you know what? That stuff doesn't work. The hand sanitizer doesn't work for this kind of virus." Any truth to that?
No. What you have to do is you have to make sure that it's 62 to 70%. Okay?
Yes, overall. That's right.
Overall.
The overall's got to be 62 to 70% alcohol. Yeah.
And to be honest, as a kid, we used to actually have our own hand sanitizing gel. Well, actually, it wasn't a gel; it was a liquid. And what we would do is we would take isopropyl alcohol, just a nice regular bottle, and we'd put 10% glycerin into it, and it would be perfect.
There you go. Totally works. All right, Jason. Well, listen, I want to thank you for coming on the program and putting our mind at ease and letting me vent about Costco.
Absolutely. No problem at all. Have a great day.
The temporary co-host of the Elias Manco Show, Jason Tetro. He's also known as the Germ Guy. Go check him out, by the way. He's on all the social medias and a fun follow over there. On the text line, by the way, got somebody, man, this gets people talking. Somebody just wrote me, the wipes went on sale last week, and Costco literally bought up all the wipes in the store. My mom works inside Costco, and she literally almost gets sick at the smell of the Lysol. They have a dedicated person going from cash to cash to cash, wiping pin pads over and over. There is someone wiping the door handles. Every single source is being completely nuked. The question is, will it actually work? Not so sure after that interview with Jason Tetro.